Hey, welcome back. Hopefully, you're enjoying the Mini Mint Tin training curriculum so far. We're going to move on to some key concepts from Edgar Payne's composition of outdoor painting, particularly his design stems, similar to the ones you see here. These are amazing tools that offer us opportunities to simplify all the complex information that we see in nature. Within his seminal book, Composition of Outdoor Painting, which we'll summarize briefly here, and I will offer up some resources which will allow you to go deeper in your study of this topic if you wish. Edgar Payne does a wonderful job of building up tools that are called design stems. There's well over 20 of them. We'll focus on highlighting just a few that apply particularly well to miniature painting, and that includes the ones you see here. There are several more that we'll cover in brief summary, and once again, more detailed information can be studied in the resources that I'll include in the notes. First, the steel yard. This is where you have one large mass on one end and one smaller mass in the distance, commonly found in nature and can be used in your paintings. There's also the balanced scale, commonly found amongst mountain scenes, and in other examples as well, it provides nice symmetry. Then you also have the circle or the O. This is commonly found when you might be peering through groupings of trees, looking through almost like a natural tunnel. And then in addition to that, you have one of my favorites, the S or compound curve, commonly found when doing pathway paintings, trail paintings, and also stream or creek paintings as well. You also find it in road paintings. Then there's more. So there are quite a few that can work really, really well for simplifying and successfully completing these mini plein air paintings, including the triangle or pyramid. This is a nice one, which oftentimes is associated with feelings of strength and stability. There are the cross formats, which typically will involve some sort of man-made structure cutting across the horizon, like you see here. Then there is radiating line, which is one of my favorites, and it's probably one of the most commonly found within natural scenes, including roadside paintings as well. There's the L or rectangle. This is more commonly found within natural settings, and it's kind of like the cross format that we discussed earlier. The tunnel, very similar to the O, where you're peering through forms that create like a natural tunnel, like you see here. Now we're going to spend a little bit more time discussing the radiating line format because I have an example of a painting where I applied this design stem format to create the finished painting like you see here. So this was created at Shawnee on the Delaware, and I definitely used this radiating line design stem to help simplify my thought process, which is critically important considering we're painting on such a small scale. And when we're painting in general, as Edgar Payne says in his book, the most important ally of the study of painting is the art of thinking, and this sort of format helps us think better. I have an additional example here, my roadside painting in the Delaware Water Gap from Old Mine Road, which I created this painting from that scene. I used kind of a hybrid version of these design stems. I actually smashed together the radiating line format along with the S-curve format to help build this painting and simplify the approach toward designing it within my little miniature canvas. And I think it helped us build a more powerful painting than we otherwise would have if we didn't take this approach. Now, if you're interested in going deeper, we have a couple of opportunities for you. I'll put links in the notes of this video for you to my book brief where I summarize Edgar Payne's whole book within less than 10 minutes. In addition to that, I'll go a little bit deeper amongst 11 of my favorite design stems where I'll actually demonstrate how the approach would work to incorporate these design stems into your painting. Now we're finished with course number 4. We're going to move on to course number 5, and we're going to focus in on the 3-value, 5-color system to further simplify the process of mixing paints and getting the job done in these miniature formats.